First and foremost, as always, want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. And as always, giving a special peace and blessings and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. All right, I'm the brother Zion, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to feed the sheep and the lambs of Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi. All right, back at you, brothers and sisters, with another lesson. Okay, like I said, Lord willing, is edifying. And of course, you know, we're sighing and crying for all the abominations that are being done in the midst thereof. Okay, and we understand through faith and patience that, you know, we need deliverance. You know, looking around in our current condition, okay, we are yet this day in our captivity. Okay, so in our current condition, we need the deliverer, which is Yahawashi. Okay, which is his name means he is the deliverer. Okay, in the Hebrew. All right, Yahawashi means he is the deliverer. Okay, when we look around at our current situation and we realize that we are yet this day still in our captivity, going back to what I just said, we understand that we need deliverance from our enemies, okay, from unreasonable and wicked men. All right, and that's why we strive and go so hard to please Yahawah Shem Yahawashi and to do this work. All right, so we can be delivered, so we can be saved from the coming calamities that's getting ready to take place. Okay, because the wicked elite, all right, they ultimately have a plan. Okay, and even though their plan is not going to upset the plans of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, all right, they're still going to go forth with what the Lord wants them to do. Okay, but I always like to say the harder the harder the wicked goes, the harder the righteous needs to go. You know, the harder this man goes on the left hand side, we have to go just as hard on the right hand side. Okay, because he's basically forming an agenda to create his new world order to keep you in slavery. Okay, but Yahawah Shem Yahawashi has other plans. The Lord is getting ready to scoop his elect. Okay, so we have to prepare our minds that we're getting ready to be delivered from a system that is unjust, from a system, okay, from a system that has oppressed us, from a system that basically Yahawah Shem Yahawashi put us in. You know, Yahawah Shem Yahawashi put us in this position because we Salaki, I just got a phone call, because we were disobedient, you know. So the Lord had to put us in a particular position, man. He put us in captivity. So now we're in a time of, we're getting ready to be delivered. Okay? It's time for salvation. It's time for deliverance, man. All right? So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 59 and verse 1. It says, "Deliver me from mine enemies, O Yahawah. Defend me from them that rise up against me." And who are the ones that rise up against us? The ones that rise up against us is starting with the elites. You know, they're the ones spoken about in Micah, the second chapter. All right, the ones that can't sleep unless they've done mischief. The ones that covet fields and take a man's heritage. All right. And I see it's a few brothers watching. If you could hear me, just type Khan, because yesterday when I did a lesson and somebody called me, the audio went out for a minute. So if you could hear me, just type Khan if it's still clear. All right. It says, "Deliver me from mine enemies, O Yahawah. Defend me from them that rise up against me. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity and save me from bloody men." Okay. And like I said, that's starting with these elites, man. Those are the ones that are putting different plans together. Those are the ones that are orchestrating the new world order. Those are the ones that are trying to upset the prophecies. All right, which is not going to happen. But they're working overtime to basically to be confederate against Jake. Okay, so these devils are constantly working overtime, poisoning your foods, poisoning, you know, putting drugs in the food and the water. You know, putting all types of enchantments around you. All right, giving you all this garbage People are consuming garbage on a daily basis, man. That's messing with your system and messing with your body. You know? Don't you want to be delivered from that as a righteous man? You should want to be delivered from these things that Esau Edom is doing. You know? So yeah, we got to continue to go hard on the right-hand side. It says, for lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me, not for my transgression, not for my sin, O Lord. They run and prepare themselves without my fault. Awake and help me. Behold, thou therefore, O Lord, power of hosts, the God of Israel, awake to visit all the heathen. Be not merciful to any wicked transgressors. Salah. And the Lord is not going to be, he's not going to be merciful. All right. It tells us in Obadiah that the day of the Lord is upon all the heathen. All right. I believe that's like Obadiah 17, if I'm not mistaken. The day of the Lord is upon all the heathen. So they're going to be judged. Okay. They're not going to stand a chance, man. Salakia. One second. So let me read this verse again. It says, thou therefore, O Lord, Yahawah of hosts, the God of Israel, awake to visit all the heathen. Be not merciful to any wicked transgressors. All right. This is the book of Obadiah, verse 15. It says, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. So that right there shows you that these heathen and these other nations, starting with Esau Edom, that's why he's the first nation mentioned in Psalms 82. All right, starting with Esau Edom, they're going to receive great judgment. They're going to receive a great reward, great punishment, man. Like it says in Psalms, and punishments upon the people to bind their kings with chains. All right. Like I said, if the audio was clear, just type Khan. I see some brothers watching. Nobody said anything yet. You know? Shalom, brother. Is the audio still clear? Because, you know, every time you do a lesson, okay, Khan, every time you do a lesson, people want to blow up your damn phone, man. So let's read that again. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. All right, so those are the ones that's gonna get judgment from Yahawashi. Going back to Psalms 59 and 6, they return that evening. They make a noise like a dog. They go round about the city. Behold, they belch out with their mouth. Swords are in their lips. For who say they doth hear? But thou, O Lord, shall laugh at them. Thou shalt have the heathen in derision. Because of his strength will I wait upon thee, for Yahawah is my defense. And that's basically the point. The Lord power is our defense. As I mentioned in the lesson yesterday, the Lord said the days of trouble are at hand, but I will visit you, but I will deliver you from the same. All right. So the Lord is letting you know that he's literally your defense. You know, that's why some of these precepts are beautiful, man. All right. It says, but thou, O Lord, shall laugh at them. Thou shalt have all the heathen in derision. Because of his strength will I wait upon thee. For Yahawah is my defense. The God of my mercy, all right, the power of my mercy shall prevent me. Yahawah shall let me see. Yahawah shall let me see my desire upon mine enemies. So we're going to see the downfall of our enemies, man. All right. Slay them not, lest my people forget. Scatter them by thy power and bring them down, O Lord, our shield. So Yahawashi is our shield also. All right. It says, for the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them even be taken in their pride, and for the cursing and lying which they speak. And that's what these fucking devils do, man. They sit up here and they basically come up with all types of lies to pass laws and to continue in their wickedness. All right. But the Lord, you know, the Lord is fed up with this shit, man. That's why he's getting ready to come back and take the crowns off the heads of these different kings, man. You know? Because, you know, the elect is pretty much sealed, man, Lord willing. You know, we know we're at the end. Psalms 37 and 34. Wait for and expect the Lord and keep his way, and he will exalt you, and he will exalt you to inherit the land. In the end, the wicked are cut off. You will see it. That's right, man. That's beautiful. You know? So we're going to see the downfall of our enemies. You know? And if you ain't in the spirit of wanting to see the downfall of your enemies, then you in the wrong spirit. You're in the wrong spirit, man. You in the wrong sport. You need to go play a different sport, man. Go follow something else, because the Lord is a man of war. And when he sends his only begotten son, Yahawashi, it's going to be on. Okay? And when he sends these pains in the earth, that's going to be like a woman that travaileth. The people are going to feel it. You're going to feel the wrath. You're going to know that this must be a particular power that's doing these things on the earth. Because you're going to know that it's not regular. You know? It says Psalms 59 and matter of fact, we'll go to Psalms 58 and 1. Let's go a chapter up. Do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. Salakia. The wicked are estranged from the womb, as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken unto the voice of charmers, charming, never so wisely. Break their teeth, O Yahawah, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Lord. Let them melt away as the waters which run continually. When he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be cut in pieces. It says, as a snail which melteth, let every one of them pass away. Like the ultimately birth of a woman, that they may not see the sun. So, verse 10. Let's go to verse 10. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. So that a man shall say, verily there is a reward for the righteous. Verily he is a God that judgeth in the earth. Okay, so yeah, there is a reward for the righteous, man. And understand that this judgment is going to start with Esau, Edom. Okay, like I said, that's why he's the first nation mentioned in Psalms, the 82nd chapter. All right, but like it says in Obadiah, when we just read it, the day of the Lord is upon all the heathen, starting with Esau. All right, he's the only nation that was promised no judgment from the Lord. The Lord is getting ready to fuck Esau up, man. He's getting ready to do this. He's getting ready to do this, man, like he's never done any nation. You know, he's getting ready to destroy him with thermonuclear destruction. All right, which is a beautiful thing, but it's going to be a very, very painful time for the nation of Edom, man. You know, it says, for Obadiah verse 16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been, because they're going to get judged so heavily. It says, and upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph for flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. There shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahawah Bahashim Yahawashi have spoken it. And that's why I said these devils are going to get the greatest judgment that's ever been given, man. Because the Lord basically he's tearing this man down very slowly. You know, he's tearing his kingdom down. He's going to tear him down financially. You know, He's already torn him down spiritually, because the prophets have basically, broken down all of his strongholds. So he don't have anything as far as so-called religion to hold on to. Everything's been cut. Everything's been hewn down by the prophets. So now all he has basically is his damn military might. All right, his fake ass wise men, his scientists, and his charmers, and he has he's hanging on to his dollar. But that's getting ready to be converted over to the chip. So basically, he's leaning on his military might, and he's leaning on technology. Let's not forget that he's leaning on his technology, his AI. His artificial intelligence. That's basically the new thing. Everything is AI. And that AI is going to be basically used as magic, and it's going to be used as a tool. It's going to be used as a tool, man, to subdue the people. All right? This is Amos 1:11. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity. And his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever." So he cast off all pity. So Yahawashi is getting ready to cast off all pity on him. Because you reap what you sow. Whatever you dish out, that's what you get in return. And Esau has did nothing but what? Rape, rob, and murder. He's the master of disaster. Everywhere he goes, death follows him. He's can't get right. Like in the movie Life Can't Get Right. That's Esau Edom. He can't get right. So yeah, brothers, we got to continue to fight and be diligent so we could be delivered from this man. Salvation is on the way. Help is on the way. Yahawashi is on the way. And it's time that, it's time we just got to keep pushing. Don't take your hand off the plow, man. Keep pushing. Because those are times we in. All right. Lord willing, you were edified. Shalom.